Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, 6'10s are probably my favorite build height on NBA 2K25. And with that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys this 6'10 Paolo Banchero build on NBA 2K25. And it's been a whole lot of fun to play on, and it's a build that can kind of do a little bit of everything in a year where 2K kind of wants you to specialize. So this is definitely a different type of build. Very fun build to play on, and unfortunately, a build I will never be able to play on ever again because I lost access to my account. But that's something we'll talk about a little bit later on in today's video. With that being said, man, let's get started with today's video. Let's go. All right, so for this build, you could realistically make it at small forward or power forward. I kind of like the 6'10s at the 3 or the 4 in rec, and I don't really like using a 6'10 at center, so usually small forward and power forward is where I'm going to make these builds. Height 6'10, weight 218 pounds with a 7'3" wingspan. Starting things off with the finishing here, we're going to have a 70 driving layup, which gets you a couple decent layup packages. You also have an 89 driving dunk, which gets you both the pro driving contact dunk. 65 standing dunk gets you a couple standing dunk packages, and realistically, since it's a Paolo build, you could probably put the standing dunk a little bit higher, but we ended up going for a little bit more of a well-rounded build and just ended up putting a whole lot more into our driving dunk, and then a 79 post control as well for post fade phenom on gold. And now let's get to these finishing highlights, man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, 89 driving dunk in this game, and even just a decent driving layup, as you guys can see right there, is really nice to have. Meter dunks in this year's game are a lot more forgiving, and it's not like last year where you're either gonna get a big window or you're gonna get a small window. There's a lot more context to it. If there's a bad defender in front of you, you're almost always going to get a good meter. If there's a good defender in front of you, you gotta be able to time it really well, regardless of whether you have good positioning or not. And the way that I've been describing this game to almost everybody, it is literally rock, paper, scissors, okay? As stupid as that sounds, this game is literally rock, paper, scissors with how the mechanics work. You got somebody that's a good defender in front of you, you're not gonna be able to score as easily, and you gotta actually, wiggle your way and get open. You got a bad defender in front of you, you can pretty much go up with whatever, and it's not going to matter. But hey, I mean, that kind of is how basketball is to an extent. If you got a bad defender in front of you, you can kind of do whatever and just score at will on them. And that's pretty much the case on 2K25. If there's a bad defender in front of you, you will be able to dunk in their face without any issue. Now, if somebody's guarding you that's got a really high block, so Paint Patroller on Legend would be a really good example. Legend Paint Patrol in this game is actually really insane, which makes sense because it's very expensive. Somebody with high block, high interior, they're going to be able to cancel your dunk meters, make you mistime your dunk meters. You might just not even get a dunk meter animation in general. You might try and start a dunk meter, and then you just get a layup animation, they wall you up, and then it's just going to be a really contested layup, and you're going to look like an idiot. Yeah, nah, man, this Paolo build, when it comes to finishing at the rim, scoring off the dribble, it's not bad. The 6'10s move pretty decent, fellas. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But this is going to be it for the finishing right here, and then we're going to move on to the shooting. And just to point out really quickly, once again, I no longer have access to this build, so this video is going to actually be way shorter than my normal videos. But now on to the shooting. 87 mid-range shot, 83-point shot. Gonna get you Deadeye silver, shifty shooter silver, set shot specialist silver. What's the other badge? Limitless range on bronze. So you're gonna have a decent amount of shooting badges, and I recommend that if you have your max plus ones, use it on shifty shooter. And it should be easy for you guys to get because shifty shooter is a tier 2 badge. So on this build with the max plus ones, you can actually have shifty shooter on gold, which is actually a pretty decent threshold from what I can personally tell when I'm playing on the build. Gold feels a little bit closer to Hall of Fame than it does to silver, if that makes any sense. And as you guys can see in this video, in my older videos, and in my future videos, I am using right stick rhythm shooting, and I highly recommend that you at least give it a try, okay? I understand people want to be able to shoot with their X button just as good with the right stick and whatnot, yada yada. There's a whole argument about it. We're not going to argue about that today. We're not going to debate over right stick being good or not or whatever. Right stick shooting is really, really freaking good. I recommend that you at least give it a try. Give it a week. Just give it a week. Learn how to use the mechanic. Learn how to shoot your off the dribble shots with it, because that's going to be a whole other factor too. Being able to hit your difficult shots, your dribble pull-ups, your step backs, your post fades with this rhythm shooting, it's going to open up your game a whole lot offensively. And it makes a build like this just really hard to guard, because you could pretty much score consistently at all 3 levels. You could score off the dribble in the mid-range, score off the dribble at the 3-point line, and they got to defend your drives because you have contact dunks. You understand how to use the meter dunk as well. Putting all of that together on this build makes these like 6'10 point forward type of builds really freaking hard to defend, because you got to defend the contact dunks, the mid-range, the 3-pointer. Like, it's just so tough, and they're tall, so they're hard to contest. It's tough, man. But now let's talk about the playmaking on this build. Playmaking is going to be very simple. 75 pass accuracy, get you silver break starter. 77 ball handle is going to get you strong handle on Hall of Fame, which is a really good badge in this year's game. And then a 68 speed with ball for a lightning launch on bronze. And I recommend that you use Zion Williamson dribble style with this build. I don't have access, again, to my account, so I can't really show you guys all the animations and the jump shot I was using on this build. So I'm not gatekeeping, but I do remember the dribble style. Dribble style was Zion Williamson. It's the best dribble style for, well, pretty much anything taller than 6'4", honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Zion Williamson is a really good dribble style. Obviously, Jalen Green is really good as well. And there's another dribble style that's really good. I think it's Zach LaVine is also pretty decent. But when it comes to the really tall wings and the bigs, arguably Zion Williamson is by far the best dribble style. All right, so now for the defense on this build. 74 interior defense for bronze post move lockdown, 82 prim defense for silver challenger, 73 steal for silver interceptor, which is really nice in this year's game, 74 block for bronze paint patroller, and then when it comes to the rebounding, 71 O board, 85 D board gets you silver chaser, gold box out beast. Now again, unfortunately, because of the account issue that I ran into, I don't really have a whole lot of defensive highlights, and this video is not going to be the traditional 10, 11 minute video that I dropped. It's just going to be a 7-minute video, and this is going to be the last build video I'm dropping on my old account. With that being said, the next video is probably going to be taking a little while to make because I have to regrind a whole separate 2K account. But that's going to be no big deal. I didn't get banned or anything for the people that skip through. I didn't get banned or anything. It was just some login issues. It got blocked out of my own account, and yeah. Long story short, doesn't really matter a whole lot. Content will be coming out. It will be consistent. And again, this is pretty much the full build. Built really solid. 80 vertical, 84 strength is also really nice. Big thing here now when coming out of the My Player builder, you're going to get shades of Jabari Smith Jr., Pascal Siakam, and Paolo Banchero. We got the Paolo shades, which is really nice. You're going to get a really fun build name. You're going to get shades. You're going to get the build name Swiss Army Knife, which I think is really freaking cool. So now let's talk about the content strategy going forward here. We're going to have a couple builds come out once I get this new account situated. We're going to start things off with an AK-47 build, which I meant to do on my old account, but I couldn't because I got locked out. But we're going to have that one come out really soon. And then after that, we will be doing Kevin Garnett. I want to try and bring a couple different builds in here and there, add a little bit more diversity in the builds that we're making, especially before the NBA season starts. Once the NBA season starts, man, listen, whoever starts playing well, whoever's hooping, those are the builds I'm going to be making. But in the time being, when we're in this little like pre-NBA season action, man, let's have fun. Let's make some different builds. Let's make KG. Let's make AK-47. Let's make Dwayne Wade. You know, let's just have fun. With that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I greatly appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me throughout these couple of years. And I'm out, man. Peace. I mean, you know what? Since we're yapping, I mean, we might as well just keep on talking, man. Listen, let me know in the comments down below if there's any build that you guys want me to make. With this new account, I have pretty much all my build slots opened up, so I'm ready to just make whatever. Again, like I mentioned, KG will be coming soon. AK-47 will be coming soon. You guys have any ideas in the comments down below that I think might do well as a video, I will make the build. And that's the big key thing, and that's why I've made the KDs, the Wembys, and all this and that. I know those videos do well, and that's the thing, is that branching out to these different players, it can get kind of risky doing a little bit more unique names here and there. So I'm hoping, for the benefit of my channel, for the benefit of y'all, that hopefully me doing these different NBA players does end up working out and they end up doing well. We're not just gonna give up too quickly, man. If the KG video doesn't do well, I'm just gonna scrap the whole idea in general, but we're definitely gonna try some different stuff. But with that being said, I'm out again. Peace.